Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Books and Betches, not to be confused with Books and
Blackbird.
I'm Kristen, and with me I have
Erica.
Maria. That's Erica.
Erica.
Yep, and Maria. This is a book podcast where we swear, we spoil, we talk about sex, and we suck at it. Mike pointed something out about our new intro.
Ooh, okay.
It sounds like we're saying we suck at sex. And I want to say,
Ooh.
that's not what I'm saying here.
Kristen says she's an
we
expert.
suck at all three.
Kristen says she's an expert. She's fine.
We suck at talking about all three.
Yeah, we suck at talking about it all. So I just wanted to point that out in case anybody was confused.
You want to come over here? Oh my
Xena's here.
goodness. Xena's a mess today.
Xena's in the
I
house.
should have left her at home.
So book
She's
podcast. Yes, we are talking about a book called
The Butcher and the Blackbird.
by.
Oh, Brynne Weaver?
Brynne Weaver.
Whoa, you
yeah.
had that. That was really well done.
Wow.
Where the fuck did this book come from?
Honestly, I don't know if
It came from America.
Well, yeah.
Did it go viral? I don't know. I just know that a lot of our followers are reading it, or the people we follow are reading it. So I was seeing the stories a lot. I don't scroll through the feed a ton, but I do click through stories a lot. And I saw a lot of people were posting that they were reading it. I think I saw it a lot. I don't know. It was just one of those things that I a couple people that I regularly listen to in terms of what they're reading were you need to read this. This is fun. And it was honestly, this is my bread and butter type book.
Yeah, I know.
It's just it's funny. It's light. It's dark.
It's light. It's dark. Okay, remember last week or a couple weeks ago, Erica said, Erica doesn't like thrillers. Okay, Kristen doesn't like cheesy romance. Kristen fucking hates cheesy romance, and she'll never like it.
Is it cheesy? They were murderers.
Is it cheesy?
Oh.
They were murderers.
It's okay, I have
it's
notes.
campy.
You're not a psychopath. You're
Campy.
my psychopath. Ooh, that was epic. I could name a few.
Ooh, I don't remember that.
Oh, I could send them all
I
to
think
you.
you probably read it in too fast.
Don't worry, I
So I
took
listened to it.
I took notes.
That's what I mean. You listened to it too
I
fast.
took notes. Did we all listen to it?
Yes.
This is an audiobook for us.
Yes.
I will say
Can we say that
the narration's fun, but also horrible at the same time. But
What?
other people will like it.
his accent was delicious.
Sublime.
It was great until the fucking epilogue.
sex scenes. Yeah.
Then he
Oh,
tried to
that
do a
epilogue was
southern
weird.
accent, but
That
it
blog was weird.
yeah, it was horrible. We'll
Okay.
get into it. We'll get into
We'll
it.
get there.
But the woman though is one of the most dramatic audio narrators I've ever.
I
And
was
for a book like this, it does not work.
I was
I'm
telling
sorry.
Kristen,
I thought it was fun.
she's
No.
fine. I think
No.
Kristen's just a little too extra about it right now.
No. No.
Let me get it out.
No!
I had listened to both of these narrators, Joe Arden and I don't know her name. They did another book that I listened to called Lovely Bad Things, which was in the same vein as this, just not campy. It's very much one serial killer. She's a detective. She's gonna use him to find another serial killer, whatever. But it was the same dynamic. They both had this overacting type of thing
too much.
with their narration. Her especially, but it wasn't too bad.
This one was too much.
This those narrators are very applauded.
Yeah.
They're very loved.
Cool.
No,
Not
I'm just
by
saying,
me.
I think you might be in the minority here.
That's fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring up at the top of this, you really loved this book. I really hated this book. And I don't want to shit all over a book that you like, but I think that's a topic that I've wanted to discuss for a long time. There are certain people that say, if you don't like the book that I like, don't fucking talk to me about it. If you don't like the book that I like, I'll just block you and I'm not even going to look at your review. I think that's a little ridiculous.
You know what's really interesting is I don't understand that logic, because it's you don't like this book, I like this book. There's books that you like that I don't like.
Exactly.
Vice versa. And it's that doesn't make me not like this book any less.
Exactly.
And then there's a lot of people that listen to us that literally hate. Think about Iron Flame, right? Half of our followers love that book, and we
Shit on
decimated it.
Well, giving it a 4-star at the end.
Legitimately read it to fill.
We
Yeah.
had one comment recently on YouTube where this person said, I love how you are just destroying this book, but then 5 stars. It's don't know. Do I know if you like it or not? Not sure, but you know what? Now I want to read these books to find out for myself. And I'm
Right.
if that's what's our commentary is getting you to do, to go read these books for yourselves and make your own opinion, then yeah.
I think it also brings up the point of you can be critical of things that you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
You Twilight, for example. I know there's a shit ton of problems. I enjoy it regardless.
Yeah.
Despite itself.
Yeah.
Betches and Blackbird, I'm sure there's fucking problems with this book, like, that you're gonna bring to light right now. I liked it despite those things.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
So,
and I don't think any less of you for liking this book. I feel like a million people like this book, and that's awesome. And I love that. It's just
Whatever
not my
brings you
cup of
joy.
tea. I just think we all have, like, art is so fucking subjective. We all have different ways of, like, viewing things. And the whole point of this podcast is to dissect and talk about books. So, like, if I'm going to be harsh on it, I'm sorry if you liked it. And that's fine.
But, like, I think I'm going to caveat that. It is not just us, like, dissecting books and, like trying to get into them. It's, like, us talking about them like people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't think
I
like saying dissecting is a part of our mantra here, because it's not.
Yeah.
I think we talk about books how we want to, and we harp on what we want to harp on, and we focus on what we want to focus on. So.
For sure.
Like you would in a regular conversation with your
friends,
well,
which is like what we're doing.
But like, you're not gonna sit there and like talk about the pros,
Right.
No,
you know what I mean?
because then we're gonna be like, "You're my psychopath."
I got things to say about the pros. Okay.
I wish I had read it physically, so I could highlight things.
Yeah.
You know what I think about all the time is like, if I read this book on paper, would I have enjoyed it as much?
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. See, I'm like, if I read this, maybe I would have enjoyed it more.
But no, both ways.
Yeah, isn't
both
that
ways,
interesting?
right?
It is really interesting.
When I do like a book or when I don't like a book, depending on the format that I read it in, I'm like, would I have?
There are books that, because Iron Flame, was that the first one? No, Fourth Wing.
Fourth one was.
I was started by listening to it, and I was like, I fucking hate this. And then when I read it, I was like, okay, I understand.
But
now.
there are some books that I loved both ways.
Yeah. It's
Like,
interesting.
like I read a bunch of the Suzanne Wright books on paper.
Yeah.
And then she comes out with the audio, and they're usually on script for free. So then I end up listening to them. Everend, like over there. So then I'm like, oh my God, I love this book both ways.
Yeah. Sometimes you surprise me. You'll bring a book and I'll absolutely love it, and I had no idea. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, this sounds
I
right.
really thought you guys would like this one.
Well, she liked it.
I liked it. For me, it wasn't like a full on love. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
ride.
Should we do the 60 second? You're obviously doing it.
Yeah, you're doing
it.
You love it
Not
that
really
much.
that. It's not that difficult. There's not a lot of plot. All right. Erica,
Okay.
in 60 seconds or less.
What are their names again?
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
I
Let her figure it
forgot.
out.
Blackbird.
Rowan.
I just read it.
He's Rowan, and she is. Oh my God.
I don't know. I can't think of their names.
Was it an S?
Fuck. Sloan.
Sloan.
Okay, here we go.
I love the name Sloan too.
If you're new to this podcast, we do this thing where we attempt to explain the entire plot summary of a book in 60 seconds or less. This week, Erica's doing Butchered and Blackbird.
Butcher and Blackbird.
The Butcher and the Blackbird.
It's not Butchered Blackbird.
The Butchered Blackbird.
Where this fucking book is.
She did get butchered though.
I butchered the
By
Blackbird.
that dick.
Okay, Erica, here we go. In 3. Wait, we need a
You're
clock.
welcome.
That's not good. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so the main character is Sloan, and she is I would say apathetic serial killer, but she only kills bad guys. And she ends up crossing paths with another serial killer because she kind of like got herself caught in a cage during a kill. And he like kind of almost instantly falls in love. It's a little insta-lovey. He like really likes her, and then he like wants to see her again, but he knows that he won't. So they create like a pact that they'll like keep killing in competition with each other. He's also a good serial killer who only kills bad guys. And it's a very campy like telling of, and it's a slow burn like romance of them falling in love, but also like apathetic friends too that are serial killer co-workers, and they end up like killing together, falling in love. And I don't actually know like that's like the plot is like they kill together, fall in love, and they like at the end try to kill somebody, and they like shit happens and they're fine.
So they play a game.
She did really well. I think.
Yeah.
She got the main point of it.
It was
The
competition.
The competition was like a little.
She said a lot, but not a lot. You know.
I don't like that you just reused my phrase against me.
Forever.
I was talking about something with work, and I was like, I said something along the lines of like,
it's when you say too much.
When you
but
say
you
a
don't
lot, when you say a lot, but
don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
You talk a lot, but don't say a lot.
Yeah, that's what you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they play. All right, 2 serial killers. I loved the open of the book. I'll start there.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, the trigger warnings were really fun. They were reading.
Oh my god, I thought that was so fun.
That was very clever.
So fun.
I skipped them.
Oh, that was a bad call on your part.
Great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They were fun.
The
They were
audiobook version of it was really fun.
Yeah.
They were like reading it back and forth. It was just fun and campy, and I was like, okay, this is fun. I
It was.
like
It really started off
Strong.
like on a good foot, and then like
Oh, maybe I did listen to it.
I even liked the cage stuff. So it starts
that was
off
so funny.
She's stuck in a cage with somebody that she killed because didn't she kill him like through the cage and it
And
happened
he
to be
like
locked?
closed
He like
the door.
grabbed her
Like,
and like closed
the whole
on her.
scenario was just like this is like really funny, and like the way that her like inner monologue is just like, I'm gonna be fucking eaten by these fucking maggots, and like
Yeah.
She keeps calling Orzo.
yeah.
And then that's when Butcher, what's his name?
Rowan
shows
So
up
sexy.
because he was about to kill the same guy, but she beat him to it. And
that's
he
where the
sees-
game begins.
And he sees her stuck in the cage, and he's like, you know, he's got to help her, but he's kind of fucking with her a little bit, which is pretty funny.
He finds out who she is, and he's like, oh, "You're the Orb Weaver. Oh my god, you're like one of the best serial killers
The
ever."
Orb Weaver. The Orb Weaver.
Because you
I mean,
pull out
all of
eyes.
those, but like when you really think about it, like all of those are all the names for serial killers on like Criminal Minds and shit. They all make those like.
Yeah.
No, for sure. No, I'm saying it's like that's the
It's
thing.
just funny.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
And he's the butcher of Boston, I think.
I was a
Yeah.
little confused about his side of things. Like we got a lot of her and what her like murdering looked like, but like what was so
You
fucking
got,
cool
but you
about
got
him?
both of their murders.
Yeah, but what was so special about him?
He was Irish.
He's a he's a butcher.
Oh, okay.
He was Irish.
Hers was cool. She was like literally taking eyeballs and stringing
Okay,
them
well
together.
she's a better character than he is. What do you want me to say?
Like kinda, I don't know.
He was sexier.
Well, yeah, obviously.
His accent was so hot.
Mm.
Like
Joe
Joe
Arden,
Arden
baby.
is.
You fucking,
Oh
You
my
fucking-
god.
you fucking look at the Irish. You fucking orb weaver.
Ooh, that was a good one.
They were everywhere.
You did good.
But yeah,
Anyway.
he is like instantly attracted to her, and he's like, oh my god, I need to like. He like recognizes that he'll never see her again if he doesn't like lock her down, and he like picks on her like competitive streak and is like, let's do a competition. I think it was like every year
Every year.
Every year, yeah.
they would like try to kill the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a little
The
confusing.
competition was a little
Because Rowan's brother
loose on me.
is,
Same.
I believe, some kind of like
He's a
government employee where he knows about certain bad guys before everyone else does.
So he's an assassin.
That's what he is. He's an
Yeah.
assassin.
Mm.
So he gives them a name, be like, hey, on this day in Virginia, y'all go over there and find your killer. And it always happens to be another serial killer that they're searching for. And that's how the game starts, like every year. And so like, whoever wins gets, what's like the prize?
I don't think there is one.
I
It's
don't know
bragging
if there is
rights.
I guess
one.
bragging
think
rights.
It's just bragging
Yeah.
rights.
Well, every time. So
Which I thought that was like a little too loose
low
of a
stakes.
I mean, they're killers. All they want to do is kill the person.
So then, so what I really liked about this is like they like, you know, they go through that and like they slowly start talking more and more like in between the years, right? Like I think this is the span of like 5 or 8 years or
I
something
think
like
5 or
that.
7.
5 or 7 years, and like through the years they like talk more and more, and you could tell like they become like friends. But what I liked is that it showed the way like he killed somebody, and then eventually it showed the way that like she killed somebody, and it's like that stark difference
Mm-hmm.
of like the two killers that like I think actually was very interesting, like juxtaposed to each other, like how, because it worked as a way of like showing the two sides of the characters and like who they are as people, killers, people, whatever.
I don't know. I didn't think there was much depth.
See, like I thought that was really cool that you saw like both sides of their kills.
Yeah. And then she ends up flying out to Boston because I think she lives in like California or something. But she flies out to Boston to try to get him at a restaurant. And because now she's starting to fall
He
for
owns a
him.
restaurant.
Yeah, she's starting to fall for him a little bit. And she's sitting in the booth, like waiting for him. And when he shows up, she has this inner monologue that goes on for like 7 pages of just absolutely freaking the fuck out and then leaving and flying back.
I felt like that was like the most relatable
Yep.
7 pages I've ever
Yep.
read.
I hated every second of it.
I was like, no.
I was like,
that's
get the
how I would've-
fuck
that's
over
how I
it.
would've thought
That's
too.
me.
I was like, get up and leave then. Jesus Christ. You flew
Yeah.
all the way out there.
No, Kristen, you're someone who overthinks just like we do. You'd be the same way.
I don't think I would ever fly
Yes.
all the way to Boston.
You wouldn't have made it
to
that far.
sit in there and wait and then
You
be like,
wouldn't have
nah,
made it
I'm
that
flying
far.
back home. That shit was crazy.
I kind of so she like was drawing while she was sitting in that booth. I guess is she an artist? I don't know. she like drew like her Blackbird.
She drew a
Yeah.
Blackbird.
He called her Blackbird
because she was singing the song when she was freaking out in the cage in the beginning. She was singing it to like calm herself down. So that's how I call her Blackbird.
So she draws the Blackbird, leaves it there, whatever, so that he like knows that it's her, and he ends up getting it tattooed on him.
Yeah.
That was hot.
Was it?
It's hot.
Oh, okay.
It's apparently a trope people like. The whole like I got a tattoo about you and you don't even know about it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like.
I
that.
wish like the competition side of this was a little bit like
higher
stakes, longer, was more part of the plot, because the things they kind of like happened quick and then it was over. Like, I don't know. I
wish there was a little bit more like dialogue in between the like I didn't understand like the flow of the years very well.
Yeah.
I guess the pacing of it is
the
what
pacing was
took
whack.
me out a little bit. Was just how like, okay, here's
But
the kill's
I
done, and then like another year later.
Yeah.
I liked the slow burn.
Sure,
But it felt fast because we're like, yes, the years are going by, but at the same time, like as the reader, it's really just the next page that they're like talking again. So it's like, it was hard to suspend the reality of the years passing by because of the way that it was written.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't feel, I don't know, the pacing felt really weird. to
It
me.
definitely did.
There should have been more in between, I guess, the years.
I think so too.
Because it went from like 0 to 100 so fast at the end there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the way that it was written, like when they're actually, this is what kills me. It's the line by line, like you said with Sarah J. Maas. I think the writing is so over dramatic, but like in a weird, I don't know, but I wrote down a bunch of quotes from one paragraph that this is all in the same paragraph when she's running away from one of the killers. All right, these are the lines. Let the fear slide from my limbs. Blood drains from my limbs. Water pelts my throbbing face. Wind vacating my lungs through a scream. My panicked lungs. And I'm like, you're using so many words to say so little, Erica. And it's just like, it just, again, it brings me back to college when I would write like this too. And my professors were like, what are you fucking trying to say? Because you're using so many words.
Take that to the bank and cash it.
That's
a fucking
and also
that's a corporate phrase.
Not to mention they used like, and the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, this feels like YA writing, but an adult book that's like erotic. And then at the end, it just fucking sealed it for me, Erica. He said, I release my barrage of questions on the breath I've been holding. What a fucking campy ass, stupid ass, motherfucking way to say you release. Erica, go back and really read this book. Like, please, I'm begging you. Like, yes, you listened to it.
I will do
You
a
had
reread.
fun. You had fun, but go back and actually read it. I think you might have a different way of viewing it.
Yeah.
The writing is trash.
I think sometimes what happens, and I think this with a lot of books, and this is probably how people felt with like Iron Flame and like Fourth Wing, and maybe even House of Shadow and fucking Flame.
Whatever
that
it
was,
is, that title.
oh my God, gave me an aneurysm. But like, I think that sometimes people like love the vibes.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And they get caught up in like, I think I got caught up in the vibes. You
That's
know what I
okay
mean?
though.
Like,
That's okay.
like you're just like on,
Yeah.
like you catch the wave.
I wish
It's
I
like when you
could.
catch the wave, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're body surfing and you catch that wave and you ride it all the way in and
Ooh,
you
the
fucking
best.
eat all of the sand down the front of your bathing suit and you're like, that was fucking awesome. I'm gonna jump back in the ocean, do it again.
again.
Like,
I
you know what I
love
mean?
that.
Like
Yeah.
you are like,
I love
yes, I got sand in my
Any
vagina. I
areas,
have
yeah.
sand so far up my vagina, I'll never get it out. However, enjoyed the ride. You know what I mean?
get
And
it.
I think
I
this
get it.
book-
I think it's the ride.
Yeah,
I think I knew while reading this book that this book had issues, but I think that it's such a, for me, why I like this book so much is not so much like the line by line or even like the plot really. I just think it was such a fun take on like,
That's fair.
it was such a fresh take. I've never read something like this before.
Mhm.
I haven't seen anything really like this before. Like,
I'll give you that.
it's fun, it's light, it's campy. You have a really sexy like Irishman. You have like two serial killers falling in love. That's not like Dexter, and you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Like I've seen that before, and it's not like great. And it's just like it was just fun.
It's campy.
You know
You're
what
right.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like fun.
I felt pretentious writing those notes, if that makes you feel any better. I was like, oh, I'm one of those fucking Instagram bros that's like, you don't read real books.
But
So I get it. I get it.
I think that it's a very valid critique of the book to be like
I just
line by
struggled.
line there was issues.
I fucking struggled,
There
man.
were some lines of it that I was not into, like the fact that she kept saying like you're the worst. over and over again. I wrote it down. I was like, if she says you're the worst one more time.
Oh my God. It felt like
Also,
children.
like, who says girl cooties as adults? Like, the fact that he said, like, I got your girl cooties. Like, no.
There's a lot of that.
Sir. I did think it was interesting how they added some of those like iconic serial killers, like fictitious ones. So we had like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think that chainsaw guy from that almost caught her, and our Hannibal.
I thought of you the whole time because he even said
the minute he said I like prefer a Chianti, I'm like, oh. Is that what you're doing?
I was like, Maria's either gonna like this or fucking hate it.
I was in the middle. I was like, okay, you could have made him better. Like, he was like not that great of a Hannibal character, but fine.
Sometimes I hate when the reference is something so over the head.
Yeah.
Like I wish it would be like, I don't know, like give me like a skin like suit thing, or like drop the name of the song.
See, I wanted this to be darker.
No, because the serial killer in Hannibal was the skin. He like made the skin suits.
Oh, Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
Like give me, I want something like a little like you gotta know. Like I feel like the Chianti thing is like you would know that even if you didn't watch it.
Yeah,
because the line is so iconic.
It's so iconic and like in pop culture. Like give me something like a little deeper cut.
True.
Yeah. Also, it's only because I love Hannibal, but like the author made this Hannibal character seem kind of like dumb, like more really so dumb. Like, oh, I'm just super smart. I like to have really my dinner guest and right. To me, I'm like, Hannibal's 10 steps ahead of you. Hannibal would have known that you guys are like serial killers coming to kill him,
right?
And would have done better about it.
I did like that the butler guy, like that
was a good twist.
That was a good twist.
That was a
fun twist.
I had no
I didn't see that
idea.
coming.
That was a fun twist.
I didn't trust him. I was like, you're gonna take this person who just got lobotomized and you're just gonna leave him in the street?
I don't know.
What I didn't understand is I was like, why would, or how did he not get lobotomized?
Yeah. So one of the serial killers that they go to kill, part of their game, is basically Hannibal. He eats people, and he has this butler that's kind of like sitting there and cannot speak. Basically is just like a lost boy. And after they kill the Hannibal guy, Sloane has this bright idea and is like, you need to take this guy with you because he has nowhere to go. And it was like it was weird. I don't know why she even did that. But he did. Butcher took Blackbird. Butcher took that guy and basically made him his assistant and
like the dishwasher.
At his restaurant. And then all of a sudden, like at the end, there's a twist where that guy tries to kill Butcher, and Sloane has to go and save him, and that's kind of how the book ends. And there's the whole standard "I don't love you" to try to get you not to love that person. Blah blah blah. But.
No, the ending is our start into book 2, which is the guy coming to kill.
Book 2.
This is a trilogy.
That's why that's an epilogue.
It's a trilogy, yeah.
And I think that's where I'm lost here. I don't think it should have been.
I would never.
It should have been a one and done.
The next one is
the brother. I understand.
Brother, yeah.
I understand
of
what's
course,
happening.
Classic.
I'm
but
excited
I
for that.
still don't think it needed to happen. I think it's just stay, because this is where like how I feel with some shows sometimes where they elongate things for no reason. Like something could end at season 3, but they're gonna end at season 6.
Yeah.
But I wanted the brother story.
I don't care about his story.
Yeah, you liked it.
I want it.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
The next story is the brother and her friend.
Oh, what is that girl's name?
Which I wanted to ask. Lark.
I was like,
Lark song.
Yeah.
On the head.
Yeah.
How would you guys feel if you were best friends with a serial killer?
Why would you ask that? And look at me like, Erica, we should leave.
No, it's an honest question, because I was reading it and I was like,
oh, it's an honest question.
Yes, because I'm reading it and I'm not sitting well with the fact that this like singer is all good being like, well, you're gonna kill someone tomorrow, you'll feel better when you kill someone tomorrow. I just don't think it just makes sense. I don't think it makes sense as a character.
I think she might be a killer too.
You think Lark is a killer too?
Yeah.
I don't. I think that she's just like, oh, you kill bad people, so it's okay. Because didn't she also kill one of Lark's like?
Well, she killed the person who abused
the first
Lark.
one was the who abused Lark.
So then I think like if you killed, let's say something happened to me and you killed that person, I'd probably be like, fuck yeah, Maria.
Yeah, but then to turn into someone who's like, well, now my life's job is to be killing people.
Or are you killing bad people?
What does constitute as bad?
Maria, who are you killing?
I'm not killing anyone.
Question.
I'm just saying.
Question.
I just thought it was.
Are you eating them? I have questions.
Ew,
no. Here's the question. Here's the real question. What would you say if I was Batman?
Well, it depends. How are you going to tell me?
And why haven't you shared your riches?
She's it. Confirmed. Erica's Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm so glad you knew what to say there. Well, if you said it like that, could you say it again?
I'm Batman.
I'd say you absolutely fucking are not. Maria, you try?
I'm Batman.
Yeah, I believe Maria more than I believe you.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah, it's Maria.
Can we trust him?
It's fucking Maria. It's Maria. Maria's Batman.
Rachel, where is Rachel? Rachel.
How did we get here?
No. This is a real question though, because the difference is the death, right? Not so much the vigilante.
True.
So your
well, if
your
you said
your line is the loss of life, because Batman doesn't kill people.
No guns, no killing.
I don't have a line. If Maria says I kill bad people, I'd be like, explain to me who are the bad people? And if she says like they're bad with beyond, like they were proven bad, because I don't think like this is like, do you believe in the death penalty? Because some people are innocent that end up on the death penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't.
I think we're killing the wrong people.
Well, this is turning into a completely
A different
different
conversation.
I think that people who like sexually abuse children should be killed.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, without a doubt. So
Just not making
let's
it to
say
the episode.
so let's say Maria. Well, listen. Let's say Maria came to us and said, "I am killing people that are without a doubt
Why do you
horrible."
keep putting me on it? I was asking,
What?
why can't it be Erica?
This is
I'm
hypothetical.
telling you, like the line is Batman.
No,
right? Because
no. Let me finish. If Maria came to us and said, "Erica, Kristen, I kill bad people, and I know that they're bad. I have beyond without like a doubt. They are bad. They do bad things to kids. They do bad things to whatever." I would say, "Great."
you'd say great.
Yeah, I would
say great.
say don't get caught, because I would prefer you not to be in prison. How can I help? But from a distance. From a distance.
No, that is not.
That's
what
not
you're
the
asking.
answer.
Mentally, I wouldn't help you with the
mentally.
murders.
Okay.
Jeez,
okay.
calm down.
Okay.
And then I would ask a very normal question: do you eat them? Because it is going to change how I view you as a friend.
That's fucked up, because I would not. What are you doing?
What happened to Erica?
Are you okay?
Erica's trapped in the couch. Anyway, back to Butcher.
My imagery of you just like.
So yes,
I got stuck.
I believe that Lark is a believable character in which her friend murders people, but they're bad people, and she's kind of just accepted it.
A lot of this book, I had to tell myself, Maria, this is not true, so don't put a logical mind on it.
But I'm giving
But
you.
I couldn't get past the whole, like, if you tomorrow were like, hey, I'm gonna start killing bad people, I'm like,
Really?
yeah, because
Would you not be my friend anymore?
I would still be your friend, but I couldn't, like, condone it. I can't, like, condone killing. What I would do is, if let's say
I don't know. I
tomorrow-
feel like she's saying this to
if
cover
let's
her
say
ass.
tomorrow, if let's say tomorrow you had to defend yourself,
Yeah.
like the first kill was,
Yeah.
sure, but then to make your career a murderous career,
Yeah.
when in today age you can get caught so easily.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I would ask you. I'm like, you're good. You're not gonna get
I
caught.
would. Yeah. That there would be some questions, but I genuinely think that. But like,
I love when
but
she
again,
does that.
I come back to the Batman question.
Oh,
it's like,
okay, we're not.
I
past
think that the death part is what would do it for me, not so much the vigilante part.
but they're bad people, and you believe in the death penalty. What's the difference if I'm killing them or if fucking the government is?
Because I believe in checks and balances. I believe in like the right to a trial, and
Well, let's say the trial finished. I'm plucking them out of prison. I'm
that's not
plucking
what's
their
hap- that's not
eyeballs out.
what's
And
happening.
I think that's probably where I would draw the line. If you were like, I also string their eyeballs, I'd be like, Maria, you're taking
I wish-
it.
I
out.
know,
know,
but, like,
the fact
I
that
wish-
she makes a sport
You're
out
right.
of it.
You're right.
Like,
You're right. You're right.
I wish
you're
that
right.
it was like, okay, she would find the bad people, give all the possible stuff to the police, and the police like would squander
Yeah,
it.
you're right. Yeah, you're
And then
absolutely
she'd
right.
be like, all right, well, the police like didn't do what they were supposed to do. Now I'm up to
Or like,
bat.
go be a detective. Like, make an actual career.
Like,
No,
like,
'cause
how
that's
are you
a-
getting
the fact that
paid? They're finding these serial killers that cops can't find.
Yeah.
I would use that power to be like,
It's
hey,
think
because
that's-
they're serial killers, so they know how a serial killer thinks.
Whatever.
But that's fine. That's fine. But give them. I want due justice.
But it's like the Hannibal show. Isn't that guy, like, he can be in
The
the mind of a
Mind-Eater?
serial killer?
Will?
Or
Yeah.
Mindhunter?
Will, not
Yeah.
Mindhunter. Will, Mindhunter has the same kind of premise, but that's based on like reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Graham also does that, but he doesn't
kill
people.
Oh, I thought he did.
That it takes a big toll on him mentally.
Oh, I thought he did for some reason.
No.
That's the other thing. Like they're like mentally fine with all of this. Also, like what's
But that's
her
what
full time
makes it
job?
So campy.
Like his is the restaurant.
She's like a data scientist or something.
That wasn't. I don't know. There's no depth.
Right?
Yeah, I think she's like some data analyst thing. Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the sex.
Okay.
I want to talk about Club Tub when they go to Club Tub because I was in the
Why do you
parking
keep
lot.
calling it Club Tub?
Because you call it Club Tub.
You called it Club Tub?
I call my child's bath Club Tub.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
don't
been in
do
my head.
this.
Well, like now, just that I like the way that
Club
sounds.
Tub?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hilarious. So I was in the parking lot
Uh-huh.
trying to go to my GI doctor, and I was very early, and I was in the parking lot, and I had it playing over my speakers. It was very loud, and it got the sex in this book is actually pretty spicy. Would you agree?
Yeah, it was.
So not. I just want to say this for everybody listening. It's not a parking lot read or listen. That's all. That's my warning. Don't listen to it while you're in a parking lot and people are standing right next to your car.
It's like pretty. I don't know what about it made it so spicy, but I remember listening to it, being like, oh.
It took camp and then made a
Oh.
hard left into dark romance, and I was like, but I thought we were camping.
That's what I'm saying. And it does this in so many of these books, Erica, that you like, where it's like
You like?
like the guy.
It's a little too much.
Well, it's always like the guy is like, I'll do anything for you. I'm obsessed with you in person. Like, I'm so nice to you. And then like there's a switch. Like, I understand like a gradual whatever, but there's this switch where they're just like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you and you're gonna fucking like it, you stupid bitch. And then like
I don't
slam
think he
them
was,
down.
like, I don't think
in
he did
some
the
parts,
stupid bitch part.
He didn't say stupid bitch, but
he might as
definitely-
well have.
He definitely made a little too extra.
But I think that made sense for him because, like, you saw when he killed, he had anger issues.
Sure, but like, why would you take it out?
Like his kills were fueled by like anger.
yeah, because he was abused.
I just can't imagine having.
So
so
yeah,
much-
it would make sense.
but I
that
don't
his,
think-
like
I don't-
sex would be angry.
I don't like that.
yeah, those
connection
two
there.
shouldn't be.
I think that makes sense.
I don't think it does.
High like emotion equaling like the same being on the same wavelength makes sense to me on a character arc.
I don't know. It was just a lot for their first sex.
It was
scene.
a lot.
I get not liking it, but I think that makes sense.
I definitely like when I got to that point, I was like,
I skipped through the last.
I kind of
couple,
wish there
I'm not
wasn't
gonna lie.
sex scene in this book.
I think I liked it. I would have been perfectly fine if it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
If
And-
that makes sense.
but then they fuck in the restaurant, and he's like, "Go to the table and spread your legs," and I'm like, oh, it's just like makes me sick to my
yeah,
stomach.
that's just
And
just
it's the
part of
in
audio.
a
that's-
restaurant.
That's par for the course.
It's the audio of it all. Like maybe if I was reading it, it would have been
sex
fine.
scenes sometimes on audio are
Audio,
just-
yeah, it's
And they
just
say
hard.
she said cunt so much, and I hate that word. And like she said it so many times. And like I get you need different words for vagina, but she didn't. Like it was my pussy, my cunt, my pussy.
I
my
don't
cunt.
like it either.
And I'm like, bro, it's too much listening to it. It's too
I don't
much.
remember the cunt thing too often.
It was the last sex scene in the restaurant.
Oh,
There's a lot of it.
yeah, I don't like it. I don't
And
like
then
that word.
the last sex scene I skipped over, so I don't know what happened in that one. But I was just like, I can't listen to this anymore. It's too much.
Well, you were talking about the tub one.
Yeah, the tub.
You didn't mention that she was hurt through it.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the other thing. So it's like that happens a lot too.
She
in
has like a
these
whole
books that you
dislocated
like.
shoulder, and like she's been beat to a pulp.
They're so tired. They're like, I need to sleep. I'm not well. And then all of a sudden they're like somehow muster
Ravenous.
the strength. Yeah.
ravenous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's up
I
with
don't
that?
know.
I don't know.
I think
all these books are the
again,
same.
like I think sometimes you like things despite things. You know what I mean? Like there's a problem with it, and you're like, yeah, but I liked it, even though it was.
I think I think it started off really strong for me. I liked some of the descriptors at the beginning, and then once the years started passing, I was like, oh. And then the actual killing of it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. Like
Yeah.
as two serial killers, I expected more of them killing.
Yes, agreed.
But I thought it was a cool premise. I had fun on the ride. I think it could have ended a lot sooner. I think we could have like cut out a couple
Agreed.
of chapters
so
here
too.
and there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm caring for the second book. I don't think I really care enough at all. I think it was like a one and done. Good for me.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just like I'm craving standalones only these days. So I'm like, I'll make
Yeah.
you a standalone.
Yeah.
You don't exist as part 2.
It was a rated R Hallmark movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Campy,
I wouldn't say
flowery
Hallmark, I'd say
writing.
Netflix.
Campy, flowery writing, but trying to be dark adult.
I'm gonna call
I
it a
think
Netflix
it's
movie.
like I think
Yeah.
it's like a rated X CW like
Yes,
original.
That's a
good.
better- yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's really good.
It's a good one.
Yes.
because I think it was more than rated R.
When I finished, I released a breath I didn't even know I was holding, so that was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I really liked about it, and I said this before, is that like it was fresh, it was new, it was something I've never read before, and I've read a lot. What?
She always lets Xena like lick her on the mouth,
I don't
and it's
understand
just
that.
every dog that meets her licks the crap out of her mouth, and it's disgusting.
I kissy.
Anyway,
It was fresh, it was new, it was something I haven't read before. It's
Did you see my
something-
rating?
I don't
No,
know. I'm
let's-
scared.
I rated it on Goodreads.
did you leave a review or did you just?
I
put a
did
rating?
leave a review.
Okay, hold on, stand by.
I left a small review.
Oh god.
Let me find it. Let me find it,
Nothing
let me find it.
crazy. It was actually really nice. If I do
I
say
gave
so.
it a 4. I said, not sure what I was expecting going into this, but I can't say I'm disappointed. I think the premise was so fun going into it. However, I'm not sure if I continue the series. We'll see how I feel as I contemplate it some more. No. Solid 3.75, but bumping up to a 4.
Nice.
Let's find you, Kristen. Oh.
Sorry, Erica. I hated it respectfully.
So I left a note for Erica so that it's funny when I do these things. I'm just like, people on Goodreads who don't know our podcast are gonna be like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck is Erica?" And that's funny.
I didn't leave any review.
You gave it 5 stars though, right?
I did give it 5 stars, but I didn't get. Actually, this is actually a pretty high 4.2 with
4.20.
almost 100,000 reviews.
Yeah.
That's
ratings.
wild.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? I don't know. I realized, so I liked a bunch of 1-star reviews, and then I went on my feed and it showed that I liked them, and I was like, oh, it's gonna show me being a hater.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Not a lot of 1-star reviews.
There's
Only like 1,000.
There's a few, and they're all exactly how I feel. So that validated me a little bit. Not gonna lie. All right.
This 1-star review. Thanks. I hate it.
Same. All right. Anything else we want to say? Erica, do you have anything else you want to say about your favorite book?
It's not my favorite book. I think it's one of like maybe top 10 for the year. I read it last year. Right? Yeah, I read it
No?
last year.
Didn't we just
I read it last
this?
week.
I
This
think
is
I
like
read it-
January. We just chose this in January.
Oh yeah, I did read it. January. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's like already March. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm already having a
yeah.
crisis.
If we do a sliding scale of a year, then probably top 10, but not.
We're only in March, so give it time.
Give it a
yeah.
while.
Final
You're gonna read like 500 books from now until December anyway.
I don't know. Final thoughts on this book. I think that like you have to be in for like a good time and not be like looking for, again, like a fucking literary masterpiece.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
in there with
You
the
just
fun
have
and
to, like,
vibes.
Amen.
Enjoy for what it is and like not get too into the nitty gritty.
You're right.
Um,
And you have to like those kind of books because
Yeah, and
Kristen
it
doesn't
is-
like cheesy romance.
it's a campy.
But you like Hallmark movies. That's so interesting.
I don't actually
She
like
doesn't
Hallmark
actually
movie.
like
I like
them.
the idea of them.
It's a campy romantic comedy,
That
dark
doesn't make
romance.
sense.
It does.
No,
yeah,
it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right, Erica.
That is.
So yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot.
And Maria, do
It's
you
pretty
kill
spicy.
people? What?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you,
I
everybody.
don't. I can't. I have too much anxiety
However,
to kill people.
I
I can't even go see a tax man without having nightmares. Kristen, Jesus.
I'm Batman.
And Erica, are you Batman?
I am Batman.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Go follow us on Instagram if you want. You don't have to, but it's books_n_Betches, BETCHES. Thanks for bearing with us through all of our chaos. We love you. Follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube, even better. That's Books and Betches. You can look us up. You can watch us. You could see the chaos. Thanks, everybody. We love you. Bye.
Bye.